Welcome back to Dark Nexus. Tonight, it's Act 4, Chapter 160. It has been a jam-packed, emotionally exhausting day and a half since our heroes woke up from their 2-month slumber. We've fought a demon, fungus zombies, and sharks! We have been all over the city of Casimir, hitting at one point or another almost all of its districts now. We've talked to a ton of new people, seen a lot of sights, and we now have some answers to many, if not most, of the mysteries that we woke up to. The answer is yes. Shady shit did go down on the Aurora. So after the crew spent 3 months transporting Lols down the Selin River, the instant they tied off, he deliberately seated them and walked away. We know that he then went up to the Sceptred House, met with Mun, and deliberately seated Ethan Baylor, who in turn seated the rest of the esoteric knights that were in town, everybody except for Archie Umbra and Theraval Galanadel. And then while Mun was seemingly taking care of last-minute arrangements, including changing the declared destination of his ship, Lols walked into Umbra's shop, seated him, and stole something to help him with a problem. Meanwhile, half of the crew of the Aurora slipped into town, where they holed up for quite some time in this abandoned warehouse, probably thinking they could sit this infection out. At least it seemed like they were trying to keep themselves isolated. But at some point, even more everyday citizens of the city found themselves swept up in what was quickly becoming a very dangerous hub there. All while the other half of the crew took the Aurora out, maybe also tried to sit this out for a little bit, but they eventually scuttled the ship and took their own lives. As eventually did all of the rest of the esoteric knights, except for Baylor, who you all killed. And then Mun and Lols set sail on the Jeroboam, supposedly for Absalom, but apparently actually for somewhere in Casmaron, while Stasi, Stanhope, and this elf Theraval, all three now also seated, set sail for Absalom, thinking they were in pursuit.
What information did we find that made us think Absalom was a ruse, that they did not find?
Julius Cain.
Julius Cain. It was the conversation with the harbor master.
Right.
And that was all gleaned through that detect thoughts. Basically,
right.
On the very day of departure, after already changing his destination, Mun went to the harbor master and paid him even more money to change the destination again and to erase all record of the changes. So we've got a few loose ends left in town, the corpses in Baylor's house and the warehouse, but otherwise we might be reaching the end of our time here in Casimir. It's seeming like the two big decision points are, one, do we go to Mun's house to see about Dabwick's pals and or this anomalous friend, and or whether there might be any information on where Lols and Mun were heading or not? Two, where do we go after Casimir? Absalom? Casmaron? Okano, and by what means of travel? Why don't we, let's hand wave the rest of this trip back up to Dabwick's apartment at the very end of this very long day. Gripper can sail you back into the harbor, you can return the boat and make the long trudge up the hill. And picture ourselves sitting in Dabwick's living room around the fire. Chester must have stopped in at some point during the day, left a little note on the table sitting next to the portrait of Hadrana that's sitting there. Just a quick little Persephone as well. Let us know if you need any assistance. C&J. This
is an out of the left field question. That
yeah.
I was contemplating, we're going to sit around and maybe Grip will pull out that pipe. Was there at some point, did I find a pair of glasses?
In the dream.
Oh, that was in the dream. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that was on the moon?
Yes.
Okay.
It was like hidden underneath the dragon's scales as part
the
of
pipes in the real world, though,
Pipes
isn't
in the real world.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Never mind.
Yeah, so some last-minute tea going around. Any conversations to be had tonight before heading off to bed?
Pandora, need any healing?
Yes.
And I will use my newly leveled up heal skill to...
And this takes an hour?
Takes an hour, but...
So Dora will want to talk to you while this is happening.
Oh, great.
When you treat deadly wounds, the target recovers hit points as if it had rested for a full day with long-term care, which is 4 hit points per level.
Awesome.
So 40 hit points. is what you heal over the course of this hour.
I'm down.
Assuming I
24.
make the actual skill check.
Would you?
I will try. That is a 26.
So if you hit DC 20, you succeed at this. And if you hit DC 25, you get to add what?
Add your wisdom modifier to the hit points regained as well.
How many hit points do I get?
42.
Dora is completely healed.
Yes, that's
And
awesome.
feeling really good. I probably gave
For
you
sure.
some good drugs in
Yeah.
there.
But while you're administering to her,
Bash, I seem to have access to something. I don't quite understand it.
Is this part of Tima's memories?
Oh no. Well, I don't think so. Tima's not there anymore.
Not at all.
Not at all.
She's just gone.
She's gone. She's at rest. But there's something else. There's someone else. It's not the same. It's more like a memory, but not my memory. I don't quite know how to explain it, but every day I can pluck something from his memory, from his knowledge, and
His.
oh yes, it's a man, a young man, I suppose, though I've seen him as a child as well.
Eric?
I don't think so. Eric is just... there's nothing there.
So, you still have no memory of where the violin came from?
I don't know. None of this is harmful or dangerous, you understand?
Well, that's what you think right now.
Oh no, I'm sure of it.
All right.
But the thing I want to ask you is, I have access to so much, but I have to choose every day. It's how I could try to locate Stasi the other day. It's how I let us all breathe water today.
So you have access to this guy's experiences?
Something
or his
like that.
spellcasting, or
Yes.
do you think it was like your dad?
No. I don't think so.
Wasn't that guy that held you?
He feels much different from my memory of my father or of Razinel. He feels hopeful and ambitious and determined. He feels painfully naive.
Is it Ray? Grip sitting over in the corner, overhearing.
Smoking his pipe.
Smoking his pipe. No, it's not Ray, is it?
It's a small apartment.
It's definitely not Ray.
That doesn't sound like anybody that we've had any experiences with, certainly.
I don't think who it is matters. But I think...
Grip and I are both looking at each other here going, we're not so sure
Yeah.
about
A
that.
little bit of side eye.
Yeah. I don't think who it is matters. I think making the most of it is what matters. So, before we leave tomorrow, I'll need to meditate, but I'd love any information I can get about what we're going to do so I can be the most helpful.
So you can just get anything?
Well, not anything, but it's a pretty big list.
Johnny the player is all ears.
I knew you would be.
Are you now to spells what grip is to feats?
Huh. That's an
What
interesting
way of
question.
putting it.
I don't hear a no.
Dora turns
we
her
are
neck,
we are
cracks
not
it.
saying no.
Yeah.
We're not
Not
necessarily
saying
saying
no.
yes, but we're not saying no.
All right.
That's fascinating.
Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but I think we should definitely kind of make sure that there's not another hub of infection in the city anywhere.
I think so.
What do you think, Dabs?
That's a priority.
So maybe go back and question one of those last sailors and then put Dunn to those bodies?
I think so. And I think we should get more information from Mums before we try to decide if we're leaving this town.
Yeah.
Well, I I think I can make us all harder to find, if that's helpful. If we don't have any specific...
You mean if we were hiding?
No. More like how it was difficult for you to scry... excuse me. More like it was impossible for you to scry Stasi. More like that.
Question: did that feel like a simple spell, like a non-detection type spell, or did it feel like something else? Because I feel like when we talked about that before, you didn't refer to it in such a way that would make us believe that it was just another spell hiding them.
So non-detection is not foolproof. The spell wards creatures or objects from divination spells, but does give the caster a caster level check. Dabwick was afforded no opportunity to make a caster level check. So whatever's going on with them is not simply non-detection.
Can we make any kind of spellcraft check of what sort of things might do that, or?
I think you would need more information. There's plenty of both rituals, high-level wardings, but it's a hard thing to do. Like a mind blank could do it, but that's a 9th level spell?
Either an 8th or a 9th level spell.
It's a very, very high-level spell.
And why they would specifically have access to that would be very weird.
It would seem very weird, yes, to your characters.
And we also know that whoever carries or are around the Necronomicon
Correct.
is also completely hidden from divination.
Yes.
So even
Not
from
only
the
hidden,
gods,
but also potentially you're driven mad if you attempt to.
So not the Necronomicon. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we're going to be doing tomorrow. Do you have to figure it out tomorrow morning?
Yes.
Well, I say make your best guess. If we're going to Mun's, what's over there?
It's a 2-hour hike through the swamp to the abandoned prison infirmary where he lives. That is a hike like literally through the swamp, most of the time off of roads. It's going to be wet, buggy, muggy. And then it's out in the middle of the swamp. It is a dangerous, dangerous place to be.
We are sitting on 15K worth of platinum pieces, right? Mm-hmm. And this is one of the largest cities that we've been in.
Yep.
And so this would be a prime place to go shopping.
Sure.
That's a good idea.
How you feeling, Pandora?
I feel extraordinary. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm on the other hand still feeling like a shark almost bit me in half.
Perhaps you should tend to yourself.
Yeah. Grip, would you hold the light? It's kind of hard to reach in there and
Sew yourself up.
sew yourself up.
up.
Fine.
Everybody please give me a perception check.
36.
24.
25.
With a point of inspiration, a 28.
It's not very often you beat the dabs at a perception check.
Polly, does a 26 hit your flat-footed armor class?
Yes.
So Pandora is getting up off of the cot after her healing session with Bash, and Gripper's moving in to help Bash attempt to do some personal surgery on the shark wounds on his body, as with an eruption of foul vapor, the sound of 1,000 screaming souls, suddenly the Shahath demon, this enormous lion-headed monstrosity, appears standing over Dabwick, reaches a hand out and grabs Dabwick's face. Give me a will save, Polly. As you begin to feel the most profound feelings of doubt overwhelm you. You've had the experience of being on a plane of existence where your connection to the power of nature and the power of the city has been thin, hard to find, hard to feel. In this little moment here, Dabwick finds themselves wondering, has there ever actually been any power? What'd you get?
Dabwick got a 26. They are also immune to charm and compulsion effects.
Would that this were.
Action point?
Keeping that number?
Do you want to remind us what happens if he fails this save?
So it's been several weeks in our timelines, but yesterday, you were informed that these creatures have the ability to touch divine casters and strip them of the ability to use any of their abilities
Good God.
permanently.
What?
Yeah.
All right.
It's a curse effect that has to be removed.
With an action point, that's a 30.
All right, Dabwick holds on to their divine powers, but everybody, let's roll initiative. I'll take you to math in 1 second in here.
I love how you were very sneaky and didn't actually put us on a map to begin with.
All right, Dabwick.
Natural 20.
Oh, nice.
Sweet. And what is your total then?
That's a 21.
On the other side of the demon, in a flanking position, is Gripper. What'd you get?
A 15.
Excellent. Next to Gripper is Bash.
18.
Okay, and Pandora.
19.
Fantastic.
That's a big round of initiatives for us. Like having 15 be the lowest of our party.
Let's not.
Yeah, it is really good. Okay, so the top of round 1 here. Here is the physical situation. Dabwick is sitting at the table on the south end of their living room. Cornered. The demon is looming over them, flaming longsword in hand, giant white feathery wings filling the space all around them. Grip is kitty corner to the northeast on the other side of the demon from Dabwick. Bash is directly to the north of Grip, and Pandora is right next to Bash. It's such a small room here. Holy moly. Okay, all right, so Dabwick, you actually get the jump. You have won initiative. You're the first one to act in this non-surprise round. What do you do, pal?
Polly shakes his head. Nope. Don't
Remember,
want it.
since you're in an urban environment, you can always use your hide skill to hide in plain sight at all times.
It's always an option to
It is
vanish.
always an option to just disappear.
Thank you. Yes.
Cornered by a demon, who seemingly has now maybe decided the tactic of going after the friends. Might be a way in.
I'm right in within attack of opportunity range too, right?
Yeah,
Do spell-like abilities provoke attacks of opportunity?
they do. The only kind of ability that does not is a supernatural ability. So, like, you could changing shape if you have any of those left, although
No.
I don't think you do. Today was Octopus Day, and what was the other one today?
Are you sure you're not still the
Fire
octopus?
elemental.
Fire elemental.
Did you ever say
The
that you weren't
octopus
the octopus
would
anymore?
be the size of this room.
That would be amazing if just like literally the camera pans over and it's just an
Dabs over the octopus the whole
that's
time.
slowly drowning out of water and stuff.
Said a supernatural ability doesn't provoke an attack?
Yeah.
Correct.
Dabwick emits a 30-foot aura of protection with resistance 5 against fire
To everybody.
to everybody.
Yeah, this is the thing that helped Gripper out quite a bit last
That's
time.
the only one I don't have.
All right, and then you holding tight, or do you want to try to use your move action to hide behind nothing, blend into your walls, pull
Under the table.
a Buster from.
Buddy, do you have to do that right here?
Yeah, I'll make a stealth check.
Roll it up.
Ooh. So 10 on the die for a 26. This thing only has 2 faces. It's not like
How could it possibly
it
see
didn't
you?
see me.
So as this lion face is bearing down, still continuing to stare Dabwick in the eyes, even as they've blended into the walls, the angel face on the other side of it is looking at Grip. He will never relent. You must relent. You must bow down. I can't stop him. I can't stop him. And then the demon goes to town on Dabwick. All right, Paul, here we go. These attacks are coming at your normal AC, not flat-footed any longer, since you are no longer surprised. Flaming Longsword coming at you. 25.
Hit.
12 points of slashing damage and 6 points of fire damage, which turns into 1.
So that's minus 13 all day.
Yep. Second attack. 27.
That's a hit.
16 points of damage from the sword, and you take none of the fire damage. Third attack. Natural 1. And then the other claw. 27.
That's a hit.
7 more points of damage.
Oh, buddy.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
I can't help but feel this is partially my fault.
Pandora, you are up
Pandora's
next.
gonna take a 5-foot step just away. And cast haste on the whole party.
Nice. All right, so Pandora's slowly making her way towards the bedroom. Everybody's got haste. Click that on. You're going to need it.
And with our move action,
This is your time, Grip. Be done with this once and for all.
combat advice.
Right.
Ooh.
All right.
Okay. Grip will contemplate those words as Bash takes his turn. Oh, that bar is looking low. You're still like bloody dish?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I'm
my goodness.
Just
Look at
barely,
Dance's
just
bar.
barely
This
alive.
is really bad.
Bash is going to make the demon his studied target and draw forth Vanity.
Yep.
And fire. And I'm trying to remember, what do we know about what affects this demon? Because I do not remember. Did we know if it was
don't
like...
believe you've figured it out yet, but you were leaning towards probably cold iron and or good. Something
right.
in that range.
Then I will load a cold iron alchemical cartridge into this
Yep.
and fire it at my studied target. Oh, that's a 30. 30 touch. I'm guessing that hits.
That's a hit.
8 points of damage, but he's going to go ahead and spend his studied strike on it now.
Yeah.
Because who knows if he'll even get another shot at it.
You're hasted.
Had to take a move action to draw the weapon. Yeah.
Oh, but that was pretty sweet. So that is 23 points of total damage.
Nice. And it does take all of it.
Cold iron.
And it is now unable to make any attacks of opportunity as it is distracted by that shot.
All right, it screams in rage, both howls like a lion and screams like a creepy angel.
Is that just for till your next turn, Johnny?
Yep.
Okay.
And Bash says to the creepy angel, "No, I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to let go of us this time."
We shall see. As the gripper is up, adjacent to the creature. No bonus for flanking because Dabwick is not armed.
Why aren't you armed?
Plus 2 on the first one.
Yes. So he is going to eyes roll back, neck goes crack, face goes slack.
Yeah.
As a swift action, he's going to take the dedicated adversary
Yes.
feat and weapon specialization unarmed,
Nice.
and he will do a flurry
Lure it up.
for 5 attacks.
5 attacks.
Number 1. 15 plus 18, that's a 33.
You like it?
Yeah,
That's a hit.
I'll take that. 2d6 plus 8 each strike is
Yeah.
going to be. So that's 14 points of bludgeoning damage. Cold, which I strike as cold iron.
Takes all of it.
Second attack. Oh, that's a natural 1. Third attack. That's a 25.
What do we think about that?
I'm gonna spend 5 stamina points and bump that up to a 30.
Hit.
That's 4 plus 8. That's 12.
Takes it.
Fourth attack. That's a 22. I'll use an action point.
Okay.
Got the 6, so that's a 28
Hit.
for 15 points of damage.
Very good.
Final attack.
Bring it.
That's a miss.
All right, that is the end of round 1. We've done 70 odd some points of damage. This thing is not even bloodied yet. Top of round 2, Dabwick in the corner with the demon staring over you, determined to hack the life out of you, my friend. What do you do?
Cannot take attacks of opportunity.
It wants to, though.
Thank you, Bash.
Dabwick will run and hide.
So Dabwick uses a move action to get all the way across the room and behind Bash, who's behind Grip. Yes.
And they cast Cure Moderate Wounds on themselves
Good
Oh,
job,
yeah,
buddy.
great.
for 15 points.
Good. The demon is up, the lion face staring Grip directly in the eyes. It takes a 5-foot step to the north and begins hacking away at Bash. First longsword. 32.
Yep.
That is 13 points of damage from the sword and not enough to do fire damage on you. Second attack. 27.
That is a hit.
14 damage from the sword and not enough fire to hurt you. Third attack. 24.
Just hits.
12 points of damage,
And Bash drops onto the cot.
unconscious and
Unconscious
dying.
and dying.
And also 1 point of fire damage.
Minus. All right.
Then seeing Bash drop, takes that last claw attack on the Gripper. 31.
Yes. Just.
7 points of damage. Okay. Bash is severely injured, halfway to death, down the negative hit points. Pandora, you're up. You're about 10 feet away from Bash at this point, and you're out of healing, aren't you?
Yep. So I'm going to take a 5-foot step.
Yep. Still
and-
further away.
Yes.
Back towards the kitchen, yep.
So, best to remove hit points from the thing that's killing him. She does a little math in the air,
Yeah.
can't fail it, and casts Mind Thrust 4
Ooh.
at the demon as an 11th level caster.
Give me a caster level check against spell resistance. As an 11th level caster.
There it is.
Oh, it begins again.
There it is. Spell is lost.
All right, so the Mind Thrust is lost.
Grip,
Hey,
can you grapple it?
that's my plan.
Combat advice.
Yep. All right, Bash, you are up. Let's make that check. This is a DC 10 con check with a -5. Good luck, buddy.
So I got to make a 15 or higher?
Yeah.
Fail.
You lose a hit point, down to -6. What is your con score by
10.
Oh my god.
Rounds.
Ooh. Okay. All right. This shit's real.
Yeah.
Gripper, you're up. Bash is actually dying in a way that we haven't seen in the real world in quite some time.
And it gets progressively harder
Yep.
to make that constitution check.
Yes.
All right, yeah, I gotta try to tie this thing up
All righty.
so people can help Bash. The combination. So last time, because grappling is what I did to this thing last time.
Yes.
Was it a greater grapple? Is that what I was using on him?
You had greater grapple going so that in the rounds after you initially grabbed him, you could make 2 grapple checks per round.
Right.
You don't need that right now, although if you take it, it gives you an extra +2 on your grapple check.
Then yeah. So yeah, I'll. So let me mark that off. That's another use of that guy. I'm at 6 of today's 8.
Let's see if we can tie this thing up again.
All right, grapple check at a +26 all day.
Whoa!
That's a 17 on the die.
Oh, nice.
For
You have grabbed the demon.
I squeeze.
Squeeze. Alrighty, you've got it held. Both of you are grappled right now, which is nice because something you learned yesterday is if it's adjacent to a helpless enemy, it can simply enter their body and become them. Top of round 3. Damwick. Bash is dying at your feet. He is a fucking bloody, burnt disaster.
Get it.
That's on my best days.
This is your best opportunity to put an end to him.
Yes.
It'll never get,
Never get another
If I'm
chance like
fully
this.
dead, then the demon can't go into my body.
That's the best solution.
That's the best.
Yeah.
All you have to do is 4 more points of damage, and
Step
I'm
on
out
his
of the
head.
campaign.
So what's my best option here? Putting hit points in him and hoping that that will bring him out of his situation? Is that, or is it better to try and do something skill monkey-ish,
Oh, in
like a
terms
heal
of
check or?
ooh boy.
No.
Oh, no. If you have
can
the
heal him,
ability
heal him.
to magically heal me and put hit points into my body, that is the best and quickest way to get me back up on my
And that'll also stop the decline.
Yeah. So normally, like let's say the creature was not grappled, that could be a really tough call because you might just be getting him to say 1 hit point for then the creature to turn around and permakill him.
Right.
But the creature's currently grappled.
So I've got a potion of Cure Moderate that I could pour down your throat.
Do you have a wand?
I have a wand of Cure Light.
Move economy-wise, you could draw the wand and cast it this round. With a potion, it's a move action to draw it, and then it's a full round action to administer it, so you couldn't get it in him this round.
So we're going to draw a wand of Cure Light.
Yep.
And
Unless you have a cure light prepared.
I do not.
Yeah, we're scraping rock bottom, I think, on
Healing.
daily abilities for healing.
So let's roll you up some hit points here, buddy. 7 on the die for 8.
I'm
Nice.
at 1 hit point. Amazing.
Oh my god, so Bash, you come to in a puddle of your own blood on the floor at
Yeah.
Dabwick's feet. Whoa.
With flaming sword thrusts like through my body.
Oh god. Okay. The demon attempts a concentration check. And boom, vanishes out of your arms, leaving you holding nothing but the reek of sulfur.
Cowardly little.
So I think I'll take that non-detection tomorrow. But just for grip. That's a gamble, but it will last longer on one person than on the whole party.
Bash is literally still lying on the floor, bleeding.
Yep.
I will give you. I've got 2 cure mods.
Well, my
have a-
wand has tons of charges,
Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
I can just start.
Okie dokie.
That's an 8 on the die, so that's 9.
Yeah, Bash is going to pick up Vanity and load it with a cold iron cartridge.
Well, while being wanded.
Exactly, and he's just
Scoping the room. Yes.
literally looking everywhere.
4 plus 1 is 5. 3 more. 5 more. 2 more.
Wands of
6
two
more.
points.
3 more.
Okay, hang on. So you can still do treat deadly wounds, yeah?
At this point, this thing can come back and attack us at any time.
Yeah.
So no, I think that at this point we can't. I mean, I'm happy to spend an hour while everybody is ready to.
Yeah, I'm happy to ready anything I have left in case
So
it
huddle
appears again.
protectively around Bash while he heals himself. Wand in hand, ready to use it again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
wanna do that?
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
But I think that us going to sleep, even not close to healed is a bad idea.
All right, so where are you sitting at right now with those wand charges?
36.
All right, so feel free, Paul, to cast any on yourself while Bash is making his own heal check.
Hit the DC 25 to give myself an additional 42 hit points, so I am back to full after that hour.
An hour does pass, and Bash is successfully able to heal himself those 42 more hit points. Looking at bars here, it looks like everybody that's still injured is within a one night's sleep away from full. You want to keep it there for now?
Yeah.
All right, then do we want to
I mean, we have to.
stay here on the cots all together, close by each other for this particular night?
Well, wait. When you say that it can go into any helpless body, does that mean someone that's sleeping?
Yeah.
So then we have to literally set up a watch in Dabwick's house.
Who needs to sleep 8 hours? Just me?
Just you.
I mean, I could stay up all night because I can always make a potion and
Happy powder.
not sleep tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, the one nice thing about this combo here is that Pandora really is the only one that
Yeah.
needs uninterrupted night of sleep. So we can set up a watch pattern with the three of you if we want to assume that.
Yeah.
Split the evening up, maybe take a slightly longer time so everybody gets enough sleep to be functional tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So over the course of what I imagine is probably a aggressively tense night, following that encounter and the revelation that if it simply appears while you're sleeping, it might be able to become you, you are, of course, bombarded with the dreams of the inmost blot. And tonight it's similar to last night. You get this strong sense of the tendrils of fungus entwined in your mind, really probing for new information. There's a hunger, there's a curiosity for areas of the subconscious not yet explored. In the case of Bash and Pandora and Grip, it's really centered around these these memories they never had until yesterday. And in Dabwick, you can decide for yourself what that means here, Paul. It's really curious about memories that Dabwick doesn't care to think about. Has kind of tucked away, I think is how that's manifesting inside their mind. Take a moment for yourselves, and again, this can be as simple as an image or a feeling or a if you've got a small story about a scene from your past that is dredged up before you. Open that door. Let us in.
I've got one.
Yeah.
And I think this is the dream sort of almost happens while Bash is the one awake.
Yeah.
And so he's there and he's kind of watching everyone sleeping and stuff. And when it's actually his turn to go to sleep, he goes to sleep, but in his mind, he goes to sleep. And then in the dream, he's sitting in his apartment in Dilathleen.
Yeah.
And he's watching Katerina sleeping as a child, and she's sick and coughing, and he's having to sort of stay up and watch over her while she's sick, knowing that Iniri is out once again, and she's been gone for 3 days now, and, you know, what's she on this time? When is she coming back? And just all of those things are racing through his head as he's watching this child, this like maybe like 7-year-old kid just coughing and kind of, you know, laying on the bed, and, you know, he's done what he can to sort of make her comfortable and stuff, and she's asleep, but none of this is good.
That feeling of I'm the only protector and I feel helpless.
Yes.
Because the thing that I have to fight against, I can't do anymore. It's now up to...
And he's thinking about the Red Death, and he's thinking about, you know, watching his family die, and
Yes.
he's just awful.
Oh my God, because he was a kid when that all happened. Yeah. Nice.
Dora's going back to being 7, 8, and the rule of thumb was just don't get in the Baron's way. Just avoid notice as much as possible. That was, but he wasn't like completely cruel all of the time, and he would goad her into playing games with him because she was good at it.
Yeah, very good.
And she would fall for it every time because it was her father. I mean, that's how it was supposed to be. And not every time, but sometimes when she won or did well, that switch would flip and he'd get nasty. But I've been thinking a lot about Feshkanelet.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if he wasn't psychic. And so I'm wondering if he didn't feel some kind of particular connection, not good, not bad, to Dora, little Dora.
Interesting.
Considering the spell he used to kill her mom.
So this feeling of an arbitrary switch being flipped.
Yeah.
I was doing so well, and now for no reason...
seemed great.
I'm in danger, or I'm in trouble, or things got scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking about... What was your name when we were at Biting Lash? Were you Roni then? No. Were you Vic? You were Vic.
No, he was Roni there.
You were Roni when we were kept by Biting Lash?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm picturing like sometime when they were being held together, and the image that is churned up in this dream is Roni is hysterical, and you can't tell from the image if he's laughing, if he's sobbing, if he's raging. He's hysterical, and Grip has him by like the collar, and he's shaking him, and he's trying to get him to calm down, and he just keeps yelling, "You gotta get a grip, man! You gotta get a grip! You gotta get a grip!" And then the raging continues, and he just throws him down in a heap and walks away, and Roni, as Grip leaves, goes, "You're a Grip."
All that I have to tell you, that totally makes me think of a phenomenal scene in Peaky Blinders where there's someone that they had been to war with in like World War I, where he's totally in like got the shakes from PTSD, and they're literally kind of shaking, being like, "You're not a bomb. You're a human being. You're not a bomb. You're a human being."
And Dabwick.
We've had some insight into some of Dabwick's past in Corganbeer and run-ins with the Darrow. So I'm thinking that today Dabwick became a fire elemental and burnt out an infection that was leading to the underground of Casimir, and it's got their brain thinking of running through the tunnels underneath the city in Corganbeer. Danger at every corner.
And so much hiding from the Darrow that populate this underground cave city. These Darrow, these weird gnome-looking pale blue humanoids with these bulging white eyes, wild hair, four-fingered hands. Completely insane, the lot of them. And you know that they can't survive in the sunlight. They're a little like vampires in that way. They take con damage upon exposure to sunlight that is cumulatively gets worse and worse and worse. And you can imagine a situation of, hiding only lasts so long, and then if you get spotted, your only recourse, especially if this was earlier in your years of going down there, is to race for the sunlight, try to beat them to the surface, and just hope that you can move faster than these tiny little freak show monsters. And then we wake on the 25th of Frost, having survived the night, no further appearances from the demon. What do we call it? Let's call it 8. Let's call it 8 in the morning. What is the plan for the day?
I need some materials.
Spell components.
We got 15,000 gold pieces worth of platinum burning a hole in our pockets. Is today the shopping day before we go crush some more corpse skulls?
Yeah, why don't we just do a quick run of any wands we can get? Some diamond dust. Healing kit things.
Yeah, I was going to say I could definitely get a refill on healing kit kind of stuff.
All right, so we have a little plan to go do a little bit of shopping. Is that going to happen before or after we visit the warehouse?
For that kind of stuff, do we need to go fancy pants, or can we go to the place down here?
You can go right up the hill above Dabwick's house to Greyguard Castle, where all the temples are. And, that kind of, like, divine magic in the city, fairly easy to get access to. There are a bunch of high-level priests up there, and it is the place where people go for healing. So,
and would it make the most sense to do that before we go back to the warehouse? Just
probably so, like, geographically. Yeah, for sure. All right, what's the short list for the shopping trip? Diamond dust. How much do you want, Katie?
Well,
1,000
yes.
gold pieces.
Yeah, like us knowing down the road.
Yeah.
It's always useful, right? And then you want to stock up on another or more wand of healing.
How about 3?
Like if there's any mod wands, that would, because those
I think we should.
Yeah, we're getting to the point where the light is
city
getting
out
10th level of Cure Light
yeah.
is I don't know.
Yeah.
Right now I've got 2 wands of Cure Light wounds, one with 8 charges, one with 27 charges.
Oh, yeah.
One cure mod would be great
Yeah.
if they have it available in the city.
So a wand of cure mod would run you 4,500. I would say you could get one of those.
Oh, that's expensive.
Yep.
But we're sitting on how much?
One just saved your life.
15,000.
What's the price point on a Cure Light?
750.
750. So for 6,000 gold, you could get 2 lights and 1 moderate.
All right. I mean, if we're happy with blowing that money on a cure mod wand, that's fine with me. I would love to get, a couple hundred gold pieces worth of more crafting materials
Yeah.
For
ammunition.
I would say, story-wise, Dabs would help you do that on your way down the hill, leaving the district as you stop by, like, the blacksmith shop, and Dabs would know the places to go to take care of that. Easily done. And 100 gold pieces does it for you?
No, I would say a couple hundred, like, 400 or 500 gold piece. Just, I would rather have more stuff so that I could, because some of those things are like, it's like 25 gold pieces to make one
Oh, yeah.
Very expensive.
So you could come up with 500 gold pieces of that,
Yeah.
for sure. And knowing how seldomly in this campaign you all have had the opportunity to get consumables and that kind of stuff, for sure, take advantage of it.
How much are handy haversacks?
2,000.
I say we get 2 more of those because you can always draw stuff from it as a move action, which
How much
is
do they weigh?
5 pounds. Looks like from my die roll, you could get your hands on 2 fairly easily. Beyond that, we're talking spending time.
Does that seem worthwhile to everybody?
I could see how it might make sense for someone else. I don't think I need one.
Okay.
I think
Well,
we
then-
can save that 2,000.
The 2 of you each having another extra dimensional space that we could store stuff in and you can pull things out without being attacked? Does that feel like a worthwhile expenditure?
Sure.
All right, so that's 2 handy haversacks. One going to Pandora, one going to Dabwick. 1,000 gold pieces worth of diamond dust. A full wand of Cure Mod and 2 full wands of Cure Light for the dabs. And 500 gold pieces worth of crafting supplies for Vic.
How much for another 2 or 3 healers kits?
Oh, right, because you use 2 uses every time you do that, don't you?
Yep.
50 gold each.
How about another 5?
Done and done.
Because then I just don't have to worry about it.
As long as you can carry them.
Yeah, they're 1 pound each.
Yep.
So all that would indeed take a couple hours there in the morning, but easy to do both between the temple and then on your way down the hill, heading back to it.
As soon as we have that diamond dust
Yes. You're going to cast non-detection?
on grip.
Talk us through that.
The emotion component is secretiveness. It's like sneakiness. That has a little mischievous quality. But the thought component is she imagines this man who
The one
is
you don't know.
the one I don't know, whose personality is taking shape in her mind through these little vignettes when casting these spells. And in this one, he's in his element. He's in his lab, for want of a better word. And
Does it feel modern era or does it feel out of
No.
time? Feels
It
out of
feels
time.
out of
too.
time.
Okay.
as much as I know, it feels out of time.
Sure, sure.
You know, having lived as a recluse for so long. Yeah, it it feels out of time. It's a lab. Some of the equipment feels like, oh, that's quaint, that they would be using that in that lab. Now we use this, and he's doing something, and he's hiding it from someone I don't know, someone in authority, someone over. Like he's about to make a discovery of something, and he doesn't want anyone to know about it.
And this feels more mischievous than hiding for reasons of being threatened. It feels more like I don't want anybody to know because I'm not ready, or I'm not.
It's more like I don't want anyone to know because I'm not ready.
Okay.
But he's very excited about it. He's very excited about the potential discovery, but is like keeping it close. Almost like he's been burned a little before with something getting out too soon, and
He wants to control the flow
he wants
of
to
information.
control everything about it. Like
Okay,
he wants
yeah.
to, yeah.
Okay, so with that memory coursing through her brain, Pandora reaches out and touches Grip with non-detection. And how many hours is this going to last? Did you do math?
Oh yeah, I need to do math.
Do the
and
math.
I can't fail it.
Okay,
So it'll last 11 hours,
nice.
and I can do it again later, too, as long as it's today.
So now,
Thank you.
difficult to detect by divination spells such as clairaudience, clairvoyance, locate object, detect. Also from crystal balls.
It may do literally nothing to help us, but if it gives us some time.
All right, so there'll be a caster check involved. Now, if anybody wishes to attempt to scry on the Gripper, do you think, does this feel like anything to Gripper? I've never thought about this spell and if it like...
Maybe like a little bit of pressure, like there's more inside his mind, in his skull, that's like protecting his, because Dora would think of it all intellectually,
Right.
So she thinks of it as like a shroud around his skull. So it doesn't hurt, but it is a feeling of like there's another something there,
So Gripper kind of feels
a
like...
little bit of pressure.
Yeah, he's got something on him.
Yeah, like
Saran wrap?
yes, yeah.
Or maybe
Yeah.
in this case, tinfoil.
Yes.
Nice. That's fun.
I
Okay.
hope this helps.
She says like a crazy person.
Me too, thank you.
And then back to
and
Harrigan's
then I
warehouse.
cast mage armor on myself, which I forgot to say I was doing earlier.
Okay. And on Dabs?
Yes.
To the warehouse next,
Yeah.
or to okay, great. So we're making our way down the hill through the shipyard district back to the rundown, worn, fallen apart, largely abandoned northeast quarter, back to the warehouse and the remaining corpses, and the whole place. It feels very different. You know, as you were leaving yesterday, it started to feel a little less
Oppressive.
alive and oppressive, and with all of the spores now totally gone. Is your bloodhound going?
Yeah, I would have absolutely drank Bloodhound
Yeah.
like when we got up this morning and
Yeah.
started making, and
Yeah.
just sniffing around going like, do things smell the same, or do they, is that essence of infection still around, or is it slowly dissipating?
It is noticeably dissipating to your supernatural
Okay, so
senses.
that's hopeful.
Am I Dabs, you see any rats around here?
Oh,
Does Dabwick see any rats around here?
so maybe it's like, okay, they don't seem to be coming in yet from the swamps, but oh, there's this one place over here where, yeah. So this is a tunnel down to Casimir's locker, and see the tenuous sign of one little rat snoot poking up out of a sewer and looking around. So they haven't moved back in yet, but there seems to be progress being made in that direction. Always got to watch the rats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay. Corpses
Corpses,
and confabulation plates.
confabulation plates.
Who are we going to confabulate?
Based on how they look, do any of the sailors look like they died most recent? Like, which one looks like it just died? Sort of which one was around the longest and conscious?
I would say it's, knowing what I know about the story, there's probably one guy that looks the absolute worst.
Sure.
And then the other three that are all kind of in a similar condition, but one seems to be the least fucked up with fungus.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Then you clamp the brass plates around the head,
Click
click it back off of the seed icon
off of
to
the plant icon
the corpse icon.
corpse icon.
Wind. The box floats off of the ground with the head contained within it as it is slowly crushing the bone between the plates. I'm going to shove that long fleshy tube
Shove.
right down its mouth.
Shove.
Squelch.
Shove.
Squelch.
I was
Twisting.
hoping it would squelch.
And then
Twisting.
it comes to
Twisting.
life in your hand, and you hear inside the body as the lamprey mouth clamp down, and the body is given this semblance by air or something being shoved through the tube, as though this body is kind of breathing, but it's clearly a lie of science, and you can hear the sound of its skull slowly fracturing.
Who all did you infect?
Everyone here.
Who else that isn't here did you infect?
None that I know, but you know the power of the blood. It can do
Slick.
it. Plates crash to the ground. Head is finally crushed.
Let's burn them.
Yeah.
Burn those bodies.
Yeah.
All right, easy to safely do at the center of this large building. And Dabs has already gone through as a fire elemental and disinfected the remaining fungus, and the place does now indeed seem to be dead and not undead.
Do we feel like that's good enough? Do we need to go around sniffing?
I don't think that we're planning on leaving quite today, right? So while we're around, I'll keep sniffing and see if I pick up any signs.
Yeah, I think, keep your nose to the ground.
All right, so it's getting close, getting on to, let's see, it's probably 11:30 at this point.
We're going to Mun's?
We're going to walk back up to the fen and find our way to Mun's.
Let's do it.
Hey.
I imagine walking through the swamp will be difficult.
For sure.
Do you have that spell prepared today?
No, I haven't prepared any new spells.
Oh, right.
It's only been the morning, so...
That's right.
So what we really want to do is we want to plan it so that we get there
In time.
in time to
For them to meditate.
before we go in.
Uh-huh.
So then, is there time for us to do other stuff in the city?
I mean, I think there's value in you walking around with
Yeah.
Bloodhound.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's value in that. There's also just value in doing that and then continuing to build those hours toward
Yes,
knowledge
which
local.
I have to do too.
And
Great.
and also, all my clothes are totally fucked up.
You have to buy new clothes again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we are going to have some time, Dabwick would want to meet with Chester and J-Dove.
All right, so we're going to burn some time until around 3 o'clock or so, and then head out into the swamp then?
Is there going to be a montage of Bash trying on different outfits?
Yes. Imagine in your mind the delicious montage, at the end of which, after a little conversation with Chester and J-Dove, Johnny can describe for us what Bash's outfit is. If he's ready. Maybe he's not ready quite yet. I know he's still thinking about the new look. But Katie and Johnny roll a 1d4, and that'll tell you how many more hours you get to log on for your knowledge local.
Ooh, 3.
Nice.
3.
Excellent. And we will assume that the Bloodhound nose is going this whole time.
Yep.
If there's any particular thing you want to try to dig up rumor-wise, take a second to think about that. Well, Polly and I will pop over to J-Dove and Chester's place, where they are taking care of Persephone, who is in the exact same state, staring off into space, occasionally humming a little song to herself. And Chester would make some tea for you all and can all gather up around their table.
Friends, we have to talk about this letter that J-Dove gave me. And Dabwick pulls out the letter.
The one that she sent to you through Skywin,
Yeah,
that she wrote last summer,
right,
and you just got before you went to sleep.
right.
Yeah.
In this letter, you describe things that you know. I want to know how you know them. I want to know how you knew to send me. Anything that you can tell me about how Desna speaks to you.
I follow her, Dabwick. I follow her through the forest while I sleep. She takes the form of a dove for me, and she leads me. For days, or for weeks, or for months, this may be a fruitless journey, or so it feels to me, with no seeming destination. But then every once in a great while, I am led to something or someone, and I see what it is she's trying to show me. She does not speak to me with words. She speaks to me with imagery. She speaks to me through the form of a quest or a journey with an uncertain destination, but at the end, I always see things I feel to be true. I know there are some who would tell me that this or that or the other that I've seen was all in my mind, but in my heart I know the difference. I know what to act on. And of course that feeling is stronger when I have a mission in my own heart driving my quest, as I did for over a dozen years. She takes Chester's hand. This was all I sought. And I knew the whole time as I followed her through that forest and I would see signs of his passage, and I knew I was chasing after him. I knew it. It was not a question to me. It was communion.
What about the things you know about me? How does that enter into this? How do you know?
My quest for Chester became a quest for justice for what I had done to you. So I sought through the forest for anything that would soften the blow of what I had done. Not knowing how it would affect you, but knowing your life would be changed by what I had, let's be honest, tricked you into doing. So she led me to Lilibet. I came to the clearing and I saw Magnamar. And I saw her there and I knew her name.
And you don't dream like this of others. This is... You focused on me, and so you dreamt of my story.
I do find that if I fill my heart with a question, Mother Moon comes to me. Not in the time I would always desire, not in the manner I would always desire. But she comes to me.
What could her purpose possibly be to show you my parents?
I asked, she answered, Dabwick. It is not for us to understand her purpose. It is enough to know that when your heart is open, she will fill it. If you let her in.
I'm not sure I have any idea what I want to do with this information that you've given me, but I understand where you were coming from, your reasons, and I just want you to know I hold no grudge. I don't know that I have faith in this Mother Moon, but I believe you, and I think I have more to consider, more to think about.
Thank you for this gift, Dabwick. I do not deserve it, but I cherish it.
Thank you for all you've done for us and for Persephone.
We will, of course, watch her as long as is necessary.
I believe I might be able to help cover some of your expenses for this, and your care and attention is greatly appreciated.
You've given me the greatest gift I could ever ask for. I do not need repayment from you. Do what it is you must do. I know your quest is important. And from what I understand from Chester, the less I know of it, the safer I am. So I will ask you no questions, but simply tell you, whatever you need from us, we will do.
Are you able to perform an augury?
Yes, it is a fairly simple magic for me, but using a spell to do this sort of thing, it sees only so far into the future. Like half an hour. Is that useful to you?
Not for now, but it's good to know.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, and we are here for all of you.
I just realized that at 10th level, now that I have 10 ranks in linguistics,
Yeah?
I can use automatic writing as divination.
Holy shit. So walk us through that one, because
Wow.
that one sees farther in the future.
That's really powerful.
Suddenly actually slightly useful, right?
It's a DC 30, which means that there's a chance I might not make it.
DC 30 linguistics check? Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Similar to augury, but more powerful, a divination spell can provide you with a useful piece of advice in reply to a question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity that is to occur within 1 week. The advice granted by the spell can be as simple as a short phrase, or it might take the form of a cryptic rhyme or omen, giving you ideas. If your party doesn't act on the information, the conditions may change so that the information is no longer useful. Base chance for a correct divination is 70% plus 1 per caster level to a maximum of 90%.
Such a better spell. So none of this will woe nonsense. Some actual
And if the die
advice.
roll fails, you know the spell failed.
Yeah,
That's
great.
Awesome.
That's really great. Okay.
Once a week.
Oh, okay. All right.
But still, once a week
Once a week is
huge.
not bad, and
Yeah.
I'm sure Rob appreciates it.
that the fact
We're
that it's
not
once a week.
dividing
Yes,
it
thank
every
you.
3 times a
single
day.
Oh, God.
I'll do it every single day, 12 times.
All right, so do you have an outfit for us, Johnny?
I kind of do.
Okay.
I have like a feeling of one.
Yeah.
I think that he's walking around and he's going through like some of the nicer area of
Yeah.
the city.
Yeah, 3 Gates and
Yeah.
Old Casimir.
You know, like doing some basically like window shopping as he's walking around and stuff. And first he sees a hat. And he sees like a really nice dark pork pie hat with like a little feather in it and stuff, and it's got like kind of a colorful brim. And he's like, yes, I need that. And then he finds it's more sort of eclectic this time. I think it's kind of similar to what he has on, but it has like, it gives a little, it has a hint of his Varisian ancestry this time.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So that, because I think that he dressed more like that for all that time that he was in Dilathleen. Because he felt somehow safer
Okay.
to actually embrace that part of himself. And
Yes.
so I think that he is now sort of trying to reclaim some of that.
Yes, because he was shedding the anonymity that he wrapped himself in.
He was
the real
actually
world. Yeah.
being one person for years.
Yeah.
And in that time, and he wasn't looking at himself. So it would be the sort of thing where he'd find something that reminded him of home and
Yeah.
of childhood.
Feels right.
Exactly.
And it was less about the look and more
Yeah.
about the feel. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's really awesome.
So I can't say what that looks like exactly, but
It's in ideas form.
yeah, an idea is forming.
I like it. Any little thing you want to throw into what you're asking about?
Yeah, I think Mun.
Mun. Yes. Let's make those checks, the knowledge local checks. Assuming you hit the DC, which I think you will. I got something I can throw at you.
22.
Only a 16.
So I think most of the clothes that you do pick up are actually in 3 Gates, because both 3 Gates and Old Casimir are the rich districts, but 3 Gates is more like new money. It's a little fancier and less stuffy, less like fusty than the very, very old town. So I'm guessing you probably caught sight of this hat as you were making your way down Hearts Lane in 3 Gates, and you do go past this Rampant Boar Inn, which somebody mentioned to you, maybe Molly Mab at some point, about this place that Mun had been staying in town.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and you're able to confirm with the innkeeper there. She's a halfling woman named Avery, bright pink hair, large round glasses, that Mun did stay. Well, Mun took 5 rooms, basically bought out the top floor for well over a week back in Abadius. There was a large crew of folks there, a mercenary company, very scary types. She didn't like them. Didn't make much sense for them to be socializing with Master Mun.
Does that jibe with the ones we know?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. There were 7, all human, 4 women, 3 men, and their leaders seemed to be this woman with terrible spiked armor and shield and long white hair, and it's probably this fellow of House Cato. And Mun was mostly staying there, but was kind of popping back and forth from his house, as though he seemed to be waiting for somebody to arrive and didn't quite know when they would arrive. And then one day, there was this other weird man with glasses with them, and then they all left.
Yeah.
So you can confirm that crew was in town, but Mun seemed to be going back and forth from his house during those last days in Casimir, right before they left on their ship.
And that was like 2 months ago, so no point asking to see his room or anything.
No,
It's probably been rented out to other people.
Absolutely. So then, midday, around 3 o'clock, you head out, and Dabwick leads the way, retracing steps they last took 11 years ago. And of course, so much changes in a swamp, so the journey is this unsettling mixture of a sort of sick deja vu mixed with completely new and unfamiliar sights. You pass through some of the worst of the Admiral's Fen district, walking with each step as the swamp reclaims more and more of the land, and then the buildings and, frankly, civilization. And then you head out into the Blackwood. As you leave the city further and further behind, the lights of Greyguard's castle and Old Casimir fall out of view, swallowed not just by the distance, but by all the murk and the mist and the vegetation. Roads and paths that almost still existed 11 years ago are now completely gone. And Dabbs is navigating by memory and the instincts of a 10th level druid. And it's a tedious trudge through murk and muck and mist, through bugs and this oppressively loud soundscape, almost completely alien to Grip and Bash and Pandora's experience. And the environment is thick with life and thick with death, abundance and rot. 2 hours of this pass. But just as dusk is beginning to fall, Dabwick spots one of the damp, vine-covered stone stumps that used to be one of the 20-foot-tall outer walls of the prison, set about a quarter mile from the main building, now sunk so deep it's almost gone. It's dim and quiet out here. It's a perfect place to stop and meditate before heading onto the grounds of what was once the most notorious high-security prison in the country. You do some meditating there, Dabwick?
Dabwick crouches in the reeds. Mud sucks at their boots, gnats cloud around their ears, and the reeds whisper in the early evening breeze. The air tastes of rot and wet iron. Fireflies drift in slow arcs, their faint pulses like lamplight in miniature. Though they are so far outside the city limits, Dabwick can't help but think of Casimir. The lanterns of the city seem almost frailer by comparison these days, their lights stretched thin against shadows that creep farther every night. The city's streets carry a heaviness that Dabwick cannot shake. It should feel familiar being back, yet nothing feels the same. Nothing has felt the same since they arrived. Casimir is home, but it no longer feels safe. Perhaps it never was. Memories of yesterday drag through them like a hook. Fight after fight, heartbreak after heartbreak. The fight in the warehouse was the worst of it. Fungal husks lurching in from around every corner, their bodies crawling with alien threads. And in the heart of it, Dabwick saw him, Nikos Vera, Bucket Boy. A boy once so quick to grin, always dirty with street dust, forever hungry for bread crusts and scraps of kindness. Dabwick had watched him grow from a child of the alleys into something almost steady, almost ready to claim a place. But here his body was becoming a shell for Jamin Dor. His mouth was split with spores, his eyes blank, his small hands clutching at the air. Dabwick's breath had turned to ash. There was no cure, no reprieve. To leave him was a cruelty. To save him meant ending him. Finally, their blade had kissed his throat, swift, merciful, and terrible. The swamp air thickens with the echo of that moment. Dabwick's hands tighten on the staff across their knees, the wood's living grain warm and steady. They remember, too, the words of Summon Nature's ally, rising like bile during the battle. Again and again, the spell pressed against their lips. Wolves could have torn the husks apart. Eagles could have harried their ranks. Bears could have held the line. The wilds stood ready. And each time Dabwick choked the words back, swallowing them down. They could not risk it. They could not live with the thought of wolves foaming with spores, eagles keening as fungus bloomed through their wings, bears staggering under the weight of infection. Summoned or not, real or not, the fear, that fear, stopped them. And so Dabwick had fought alone, every step heavier than the last, every breath thick with spores. They survived. But it was not a triumph. It was survival only, stained with doubt. Mist drifts low across the fens, curling around their ankles. The still water holds the reflection of the rising moon, distorted. Dabwick stares into it as though an answer might surface there. Will they hesitate again? The thought of Myacnean Mun's house gnaws at them. If the corruption is already inside, what choice will they make? To stand alone as they did before, to bite back the words until their throat is sore, or to summon and risk that the corruption bleeds into the bond between druid and beast, fouling what should remain pure? Brother Ashgrove taught Dabwick that a summoned creature is what he called a manifestation. He didn't really define that term, but Dabwick had always thought that it meant they were just a pattern or a shadow, a thing that vanishes when struck down, untouched and untainted, unreal. Yet their time in the Dreamlands taught them that unreal doesn't necessarily mean untrue. And today the memory of Nikos whispers loudly in their mind, what if your understanding was not the whole truth? What if the shadows carry more than anyone knows? If you cut a summoned creature, they bleed. Is their suffering any less real than what Dabwick suffered when they died at the Forsaken Caravanserai? The swamp presses its silence on them. The insects buzz, the reeds bend, the water laps against the roots of alder trees. The world offers no answer. Dabwick's shoulders sink. Their breath rasps out of them, and finally they speak aloud, their voice rough, as if dredged from the bottom of the fen. Would you thank me, Nikos, if you could, or curse me? I held back the wilds for you, held them back and cut your throat myself. If the city falls because I keep the summons silent, will that mercy mean anything? The reeds whisper, the fireflies pulse, the swamp holds its silence, and Dabwick waits, unanswered.
Nice. And as Dabwick rejoins the party, here on the threshold of Mun's estate, we will pick up next time with our approach to the old prison infirmary. That's the end of chapter 160, y'all.
We're coming for you, back.
See you next week.
Quick little stop.
Dark Nexus is produced by Plug and Hum Productions. This podcast uses trademarks and or copyrights owned by Paizo Incorporated, used under Paizo's fan content policy. This podcast is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, please visit paizo.com. That's Paizo.com. Dark Nexus uses music and soundscapes by Syrinscape. Check them out at Syrinscape.com. That's Syrinscape.com. Opening and closing themes, along with additional music composed by Rob Kauzlaric. Artwork for Dark Nexus is by Matt Wahlquist. And thanks to DMCP, Richard and Ari, Paul and Shannon, Scotty, Jason, Jess, Joe, Chelsea, Matt, Dave, Derek, Darren, Michaela, J.H., the Biscuit Buddies, and everyone we've gamed with over the years for all the memories and inspiration.
You are a big part of our storytelling as well. And we love it when you help us.
You are, in fact, the antagonist.
And also often
pal.
the protagonist.
Wow.
The story pal.
Your story pal.
Story buddy.
My name's Rob. I'm the story pal tonight.
Protagonist, antagonist, and lover.
Brad.